We look at the problem /dx of CSC inverse of squared plus 1 divided by squared minus 1. We do this to see what we need to solve. This is our starting math sentence. We let equal CSC inverse of and let equal squared plus 1 divided by squared minus 1. We do this to name the parts of the problem. Naming parts makes big problem easier to handle. We use dy/dx equals dy/do times do/dx. We do this to find the derivative of the whole thing. This is the chain rule which helps when one function is inside another function. We note that the derivative of CSC inverse of is -1 divided by absolute value of times the square root of squared minus 1. We do this to know the formula for our outer part. Every math shape has its own special rule. We put the parts into the chain rule formula. We do this to start solving the problem step by step. We use the rule that says we must multiply the outside derivative by the inside derivative. We prepare to find the derivative of using the quotient rule. We do this to solve the fraction part of our problem. The quotient rule is used when one function is divided by another function. We find the derivative of the inner part, which is squared plus 1 divided by squared minus 1. We do this to finish the chain rule step. We use the quotient rule formula, which is prime times minus times prime all divided by squared. We simplify the top part of our fraction to -4. We do this to make the math smaller and easier. We follow the rules for multiplying and subtracting terms. We write down the new version of our big equation with the simplified fraction. We do this to keep track of all our work. This shows we have finished the inner part of the problem. We simplify the square root part by finding common denominator. We do this to make the bottom part of our math sentence cleaner. We use the rule that says we can combine fractions if they have the same bottom part. We put all our simplified pieces together into one big expression. We do this to see how everything fits. This helps us prepare for the final steps. We notice that the squared term on the bottom is the same as the absolute value term squared. We do this to see if we can make the math shorter. Math rules say number squared is always positive. We rewrite the equation to show how the bottom parts cancel out. We do this to get rid of extra numbers. When we have the same thing on the top and the bottom, they go away. We multiply -1 by -4 and divide by the remaining terms. We do this to find the final numbers. We follow the rules for multiplying and dividing fractions. We write the final answer as 2 divided by absolute value of times squared plus 1. We do this to show the completed problem. This is our final result.